Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up that screen. Oh, Neo. Neo kind of knocked it out of the park this month. Quite a bit better than I was expecting. And F Grizzly Research. Did I spell that right? Yes, I did. Grizzly. Freaking Grizzly. I'm so sick and tired of Grizzly Research. First they messed with MP Materials, now they're messing with Neo. Getting tired of that. All right, Neo reports record EV sales in June as the Rona wave fades, but it still lags behind XPeng and Li. Even though XPeng and Li sell cars that are half the price. Just mainstream media. Rock and roll. It says Neo reported Friday it delivered nearly 13,000 vehicles, up 60% from a year ago, as China's auto industry continues to rebound after months of the Rona disruptions. 12961, best monthly result since it began sales in public of June 2018. Very best month ever. No, way better than anything they've ever done. Wasn't enough to outpace the company's two key rivals, XPeng, that delivered 15,000. And I like XPeng. I own some XPeng. And I own a little bit of Li too, even though I think they're getting ready. They're raising some money, so that's upset the stockholders a little bit because there's going to be some dilution. But they're not a true battery electric vehicle. They're a hybrid. It says all three automakers had intermittent production disruptions since the onset of the Rona, but Neo, based in Shanghai with factories in Hefei, was hit hardest by the most recent outbreaks. June was its first month with more than 10,000 deliveries, and I mean, they killed it. Neo didn't share details of its production recovery efforts, but it said it will begin deliveries of its upcoming ES7, which they just launched in August. And here where it's talking about Li announced plans to raise $2 billion, said Friday it expects to begin delivering the L9 by the end of August. That was Li. So that was CNBC's way of giving them a good backhanded compliment. Nice going. You had a record number. Pap. But Li and XPeng beat you. What are you going to do about that? And as far as Grizzly Research, they can go blank themselves. They got worn out by JP Morgan. They were talking about how they were overcounting the batteries. It said the disclosure indicated that every battery held by Wuhan Wenig has a corresponding underlying subscriber. So that was one of the ways they knocked that one down. And of course, Neo came out and said it was without merit, contains numerous errors, unsupported speculation, and misleading conclusions and interpretations. Same thing MP Materials did. Of course, when did they release their short report? After the company had run up 100% over about 30 days. So the ideal place to release that was right here. And when did they release it? Right here. So, I mean, it was perfect. I haven't given them credit about that. I have to give them some credit on that. That was smart. Shorts aren't dumb. They're unscrupulous, but they're not dumb. And here you can see the numbers. Of course, you know, in January it was looking real good. And then February we had Chucky showed up because they were getting ready for the ET7. March was looking good. And then here come the Rona and the galactically stupid shutdowns, which aren't going to work. But anyway, here they kind of got back on course. And I thought they were going to do anywhere from 9 to 13,000. And they wound up at the very tippy top of that. And yes, that number's hot.
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot.
Yeah, that's hot. And the stock didn't really do much of anything today. It was down 1%, so whoopity-doo. And I think XPeng and Li were down a little bit more than that, but it's just kind of hanging around here. And I said the other day, I guess it was about 3 or 4 days ago, I said it's a good chance this thing's going to pull down and hit this support right around 21 bucks, which it's already done. And it's kind of dancing around it again. That's pretty typical. You would expect that. It's going to come down to support. Whether it breaks through or not is the big question. After 13,000 deliveries, I doubt it will. That's such a good number. But if it does, you know, it may come down a little bit more. At this point, it really just depends on macro issues because it sounds like the fundamental numbers are continuing to improve for Neo if it wasn't for that the shutdowns, which just, like I say, they're incredibly stupid. They don't make any sense. It's not going to work with the newest version of the Rona. It just won't. No other country's doing it that way. But anyway, I'm glad to see those numbers. That was really good. And hopefully we're done with this crap of the lockdowns. But with China, you never freaking know. All right, folks, and that's just a quick one tonight. I didn't want to go over it too long, but those are really good delivery numbers. I'm real pleased with that, and that makes me much more comfortable with my long position with NEO. Hopefully, we'll just start seeing even better numbers and better numbers. They're calling for 25 to 30,000 a month by the end of the year. So at 13,000 this month, if they can just hang around there and keep it going up, I think 25 to 30,000 is very reachable for them, especially when they open up NEO Park. And remember, NEO Park will be their second factory, and that's where the ET5 is going to come out, and I think that thing's going to sell like hotcakes. Much less expensive than the ET7, but the ET7 sold over 4,000 this month, which is great because that's a high profit margin item. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.